Right in the button. Yeah, right around there.
Wait, oh, there's the thingy.
Yeah. Right there.
Boom.
And then
You can't even tell.
Exactly. You can sweater vest that, or you can pocket it.
We're
It's
going to
whatever-
sweater vest it. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Right? Just like that. Get a little dangly bit going there. We're going to mirror. Are we mirrored? We're not mirrored. It won't let me mirror. So we're just going to extend. And I'll deal with it. All right. And we'll just grab this boy. Put him. No. Please hold. Put that over there. And cool. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Sean. I don't have any slides. This is going to be a real chill tech talk, LaTeX talk. Disclaimer, I am not a LaTeX expert. I pretty much just know how to copy templates from the internet and fill them in, which is most of what LaTeX is anyway. So if you have any like advanced questions, advanced being beyond the bare basics, probably not going to be able to help you, but I can point you to the right place, maybe. So let's get started. LaTeX, what is LaTeX? So LaTeX is like a way of making nicely formatted documents without mucking about with Word or LibreOffice or Google Docs or any of that stuff. It's all written in plain text, kind of like a markdown document. And there's a number of different commands that you can use. They're all pretty simple to mark up your document, kind of like really simple HTML, sort of, to make it look nice and presentable and professional. So all of those lame research papers you got to read with the double format and the titles, and pretty much every single CS project write-up that you've ever read, those are all usually written in LaTeX. So I'm going to use my resume as an example of LaTeX, because I did my resume in LaTeX because I was sick of all those templates in Word and stuff. They're nice, but once you start filling them in, the formatting gets weird and stuff starts jumping around. LaTeX makes it easy. So we got this repository here. Oh, another, I don't know if you see that master thing. This is a Git repository. It's the other nice thing about LaTeX. You can put it in Git. Pump up your contribution numbers on GitHub. Yeah. All right, so we got a number of different stuff here. We're just going to do a make clean. Oh, cool. Well, that failed, but that's fine. So we got a number of different things, but the thing that we really want to check out is this .tex. .tex is the, .tech is the extension for LaTeX and tech documents. Tech is like the superset of LaTeX. We're not going to get into that, but let's open this bad boy up. Cool. We got this nice big header from the template I downloaded, and then we're starting off with this document class thing at the top. Most of the time you'll see document class article, but this is telling LaTeX, here's some standards for what this document is. So like if you had document class article, it's knowing, okay, I'm probably going to be doing some kind of like article, like a thesis or something like that. There's a few others, but usually it's article. Here we're using resume. Also, I'll take this document class as an example to talk about commands. In LaTeX, you have stuff that's called commands. Every command starts with this it's a backslash? Backslash. So you got the backslash, then the name of the command, and then in brackets, you're going to pass like the main argument to the command. So the document class here is resume, because in the curly braces, we're saying resume. And then in the square brackets, you can pass a number of different arguments to that like subset of the command. So we're telling, hey, resume, we're going to use 8-point font, because I have a lot of stuff to put in here. And I'm not bad at being, I'm bad at being concise. Also, you can use a number of different packages for LaTeX. Pretty much what packages do is they take, as far as I'm aware, they take other existing commands and make commands of those commands. So instead of like doing a bunch of different stuff, like let's say I want to have a block for my education with a nice little section here. instead of putting together, like, I want to say, all right, I'm going to use this font, and it's going to have a line break here, all that stuff, I'm just going to use a package that declares all that for me. So then I can use a single command that's a lot simpler and easier to read and easier for me to use and change around. Oh. So my name, and then another thing I want to point out is this input command. Let's say you're going to put a document up on the internet, like GitHub, and it's your resume. So usually resumes have contact information. Well, what if I don't want to put my phone number and my email up on GitHub, even though that information is already there? Let's just say I want to pretend I'm paranoid. Well, I can take that information out and say, hey, LaTeX, I want you to load additional commands from this file called contact. And if we exit this, you'll see I have a contact.txt document. That's just another LaTeX document that has my address and my name and my phone number and stuff like that. And I can ignore that in version control so it doesn't go up to GitHub, which I didn't initially do, so it's still up there, but that's fine. Just a nice example. So check this out again. And then pretty much the rest of this is just things that I found in this template. So like our section, this is a nice little section that I can talk about my education. I can go here and talk about technical skills, and since I've got some other stuff, I don't want to waste all that space off on the side. I'm going to put it in multiple columns so I can have 2 different columns of skills to talk about. We good? Projects, blah, 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 more stuff. Yeah, it's cool. So that's LaTeX. So you might say, all right, I got this text document. That's great. But I'm not going to print out a text file and give that to a recruiter. I'm not suggesting that you print out a plain text LaTeX document and give it to somebody. It'll get thrown away. Nobody's going to look at it. I mean, there might be a nerd who thinks LaTeX is cool, but... So you might see this make file. What's that for? So if I just do make, it's going to write it all. Wow. And, oh, you can't really see it. Let's bump that up there. Output written on resume.pdf. Wow. Let's check that out. If we open that up, resume.pdf. It does not. Yep. Boom. It made a PDF for us. There we go. And the nice thing about that is you can just, you don't have to memorize the commands, which I mean, it's really simple commands. But all the nice thing about make files, you do make clean. If you've got tons of different files in there, you can all do that with make. But if you just want to do it from the command line, the command is just PDF LaTeX. Resume, that's that. And then boom, there you go. Last thing I want to talk about is this thing called Overleaf. Let's bump this up a little bit. Yeah. Overleaf, it's like Google Docs for LaTeX, basically. And if you don't like doing things from the command line, which I totally understand, boom, Overleaf. So you can hook up your GitHub account to this and import projects from GitHub. I already did that with my resume here to show you guys. And this is what it is. I mean, it's just the same exact thing. You got all your LaTeX stuff in here. Does some nice stuff automatically for you. And it also has Vim key bindings, optional for those of you who like that stuff. And when you can have a PDF preview. You have a PDF preview of your resume right up there. So if I make some changes in here, let's say I'm going to change my name. We're just going to do Newman. That's what I'm feeling today. As soon as I write that, it's going to recompile it and show me my new preview. I'm named Newman. Yeah. And then I can, if I want to, I'll just go up here to the menu export to GitHub, push overleaf changes to GitHub, and be like, yeah, I'm Newman. And commit that stuff. I hope this is going to work, because I made some other changes. Cool. And we're going to go over the resume, the thing, and it just merged the changes from share LaTeX into master. So now it's up on GitHub from overleaf. And that's everything that I had. LaTeX. It's cool. Oh, yeah. Do we have questions? Forgot to ask about that. What's up? To use what? So the question was, how do you change the font to the typeface? There's a command for that. Somewhere. It's probably, I would say it's probably in the document class command at the beginning, one of the arguments. You just specify the typeface or the font family. It would be my guess, but I'm not sure.
So you're free to hit you with a curveball. Take a Word doc, Word resume template, put the LaTeX font on it. Could you A, detect what happened, and B, how would you feel about it?
So question is, you want to throw a curveball at a recruiter, or if you are a recruiter?
If you were a recruiter.
If I was a recruiter, throw a curveball, and so I'm saying somebody gave me a Word doc, and they just put the right. So let's say you wanted to spoof it and make it look like you used LaTeX by using the default LaTeX font that everybody knows. Well, if you've seen LaTeX before, you'll recognize it. One way of doing this is, we're going to close that. We blow this up here. Do I have it in there? I do. Okay. We're going to zoom in real quick. LaTeX has this fancy command, right, that outputs some fancy LaTeX stuff in there. To show off how cool and how great it is at typesetting, they put that in there. It's just /LaTeX. So you could do that as a way of saying, hey, I actually did this in LaTeX. Now, of course, you could just say, oh, I'm just going to take a screenshot of that and drop that in my resume as a PNG. But that's one way. Or you could link the, if you actually wrote it in LaTeX, pop your GitHub up on there and put your resume up on GitHub. So then when the recruiter hopefully checks out your GitHub, you can see the LaTeX there. But yeah. Question?
If I need to get my data features flowing, but like not yet, is there a good place I can go to look at templates for LaTeX resume?
I don't have a place, but pretty much if you just Google LaTeX resume template, you'll get the one that I found. You could go up to my GitHub, s-newman/resume. You can shamelessly steal my resume template. That's why it's up on there. My phone number is not on, well, yeah.
That's what I'm going for. What is a bedside table?
That's just like a bunch of articles that I thought were cool. I wanted to read later. Somebody asked what my bookmark folder bedside table was.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Any other questions? Comments, concerns?
Like if you wanted project on top of activity, how hard is that?
If you wanted to put, the question was, if you wanted to put projects on top of activities,
Just like make it like more like a list.
yeah, you could do that. So what I have, I could pull up the code real quick. Oh. Oh. So what I have, the way I have it organized is that there's just a section for projects, and then right after that, there's a section for activities. And now what puts those into two columns is right before the project section, I do a command, begin multi-calls, and I tell it we're going to do 2 columns. So then it says, oh, everything in this multi-call section, we're going to put in 2 columns side by side. And then right at the end, to tell it I'm done with these columns, you just do a /end multi-calls. So if you didn't want it to have, if you want it to be like a list, we could just go comment that out. Oh, it's angry. It's very angry.
It's fine. You have to have the other one.
Yep.
Everybody talk at once. It's just very stressful when you're trying with that game. Yeah. Or and when everything gets
I don't know why it's red.
it's spooky red text.
It's because wait.
There we go. So we're going to write that. Check this out. Is it going to, oh geez. Fit to width. Oh, look at that. Projects and activities.
What's Sparsa?
Question was, what is Sparsa? Yeah. Any more questions?
See, there's a recompile button. Does that support obfuscator?
If Overleaf is open source, I'm sure you could submit a feature request.
Okay, follow up. You're a recruiter. You got an obfuscated resume.
If I got a obfuscated resume, hire immediately.
What if you're hiring for accounting?
Thank you, everybody. That's my talk.